BNY 5962 starting broadcasting at 3:20 a.m. in the morning. For your viewer enjoyment today, we are bringing you TitanQuest Throne DLC, and we have a new tune for us that we're leveling up. We have a level 18 hunter that just made it to the end of Act 1, and I thought we would farm for a pair of Stonebinders cuffs for this tube. So let's go ahead and we're going to go into single player mode. Actually, just for a second, let's see who's online. If anyone, no, there's nobody on there. So let's go single player mode. First we're in normal difficulty because we haven't reached epic level difficulty yet. Starting, we'll go ahead and start single player mode. Difficulty. And we're jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth. At the very last rebirth fountain before the end of the labyrinth and the floor boss, which is a Minotaur. And if I was to go that way, I would go this way off to the right, but we aren't. We're going back here to the left. And we're going to run through. Now, you see that? How that has like a yellow name? That can drop some stuff. And so can this one. Either a yellow name or ones that have brown, golden name color can also drop Stonebinders cuffs. The regular Gorgon, like that one there, with the white name, that can't. So only the Gorgons that have yellow names that are magical, or have the golden brown names. I don't know, it was like legendary. I don't know. Usually they're like captains, mob boss captains. So there's these white ones, no, but this one with the yellow, yeah, that one drops Stonebinders cuffs, but they don't drop anything at all this time. So we come over here and we wipe out these atoms. So it's this little area of the Minoan Labyrinth that has a high concentration of Gorgons that drop Stonebinders cuffs in about 4 or 5 rooms that are very close to each other. Where I've found all the Stonebinders cuffs I've been in this little area. There are other areas that have Gorgons that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. I'm just going to come up here. This is kind of the end. This is the end of where actually there are Gorgons throughout the labyrinth. However, it's just this one area right by the rebirth fountain that has a high concentration of them that I just like to farm over and over again, because I can do 4 rooms and then just start another game and jump back in for 4 rooms. Watch for some heat until we'll Stonebinders cuffs, or I fall asleep, get hungry, and have to go off and make myself something to eat. And I'm just kind of finishing off the rest of this area just for the experience. So I'll stop here. So that's kind of marks the end of my little run. And then I'll just go ahead and save. Save the game. Go back to the main menu. Wash, rinse, repeat. So let's start a new game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. We pop into the Minoan Labyrinth at Rebirth Fountain for the end of Act 1. This character hasn't finished Act 1 yet. This is my first playthrough. We wipe out these automatons right here. Sometimes these guys drop little mechanical parts charms. Oh, there we go. There's a Gorgon drop. There's another Gorgon. That's a possibility of dropping out of the bottom post there. Drops. So come over here. White, 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 white. None of those can drop. The Stonebinders stuff. White. That one can. Brown. That one can. We just get a gold drop. Gold gets kind of ridiculous in this game after a while. You get tens of millions of gold. Over here, at the very end of our run, they have the possibility of dropping, but they don't drop anything. They might be dropping something, but I have a filter turned on. So I have magical items, which are yellow, not displaying. For instance, I think I have there. So this necklace wouldn't display if I dropped it. And regular, normal, common items that are white, I'm not displaying those, and broken items that are gray, I'm not displaying those. But I am displaying monster infrequents, which are a olive green color, and rares that are, for instance, this color, green. This axe is green, and then if I go up to like my breastplate here, there it is. Epics are in blue. Those will display if they're dropped. Legendary items are purple, but there are no legendary drops in normal mode. So only epics. So we'll only be seeing blue, green, and olive green. I don't think I have an example of anything that's olive green. Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry. But maybe we'll see something. Hopefully we'll see something, because Stonebinders cuffs are olive green. So hopefully we will be seeing those. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we can exit back to the main menu. So it's 9:29. Let's go ahead and time ourselves, see how long this takes. We'll jump back in. Single player mode, normal difficulty, last rebirth fountain, end of Act 1. Come over here. Remove these automatons. These gorgons that are coming in have white wings, so they could drop something, but they aren't dropping. So not helpful to us for this one. And then let's say, oh, but this guy could. And this one could drop. but nobody drops anything. At least nothing that's showing. Another potion. We'll finish off these atomic right here. Get rid of this. White. This one here, the one that walked into the left, that has a possibility. But I don't think it dropped anything. We one-shotted that white one. And we'll go down to the last room here. There's one there that could drop. So chose. But it didn't. And we get some gold out of the chest. We'll just come up here and finish off these guys. Gain a little experience. If I get up to level 20, I can put on a nicer shield. Right now I kind of have a low level shield on. It's a set item. There's matching items. I was wearing other parts of the matching items before. I also have the helmet and I have the gloves that match the shield, but I'm not wearing them now. I'm wearing a different set, or partial set. So, I guess. Move it a little more. Alright then. Let's go ahead and save the game. Exit back to the main menu. And let's start again. We'll start single player mode. Normal difficulty, dropping into the Minoan Labyrinth. At the Rebirth Fountain, right before the end of Act 1. If we go this way, we go to the floor boss, which is a Minotaur. But we aren't going that way. We're trying for the Stonebinders scuffs that are dropped by Gorgons. So the Gorgons spit fire and spit poison. Those are the ones that will drop. So this one could have dropped, and this one could have dropped. But they didn't. That one didn't help. We'll try not to stand a little poison. I don't think anybody dropped anything here. The white ones will not drop Stonebinders cuffs. And in this room, let's drop the little compound. This one could drop. It's not standing in the fire. That one could drop. It's got a yellow name. Ones with yellow names can drop Stonebinders cuffs. Ones with white names cannot. But they don't drop anything. And I'm just going to go up here, finish off with a little experience. And go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And we'll start again, single player mode, normal difficulty, starting on the run, drop into the known labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, right before the end of Act 1. Minotaur is off this way, we aren't going that way, we're going this way to the left, backwards through the labyrinth, to the high concentration white, and white, pull down. That one's waiting for you. That one, but I don't think we dropped anything. This one's good. And this one's good. But nobody's, well, it drops some gold, but nothing else. I want to make sure we don't forget this room over here. White art. I don't think they drop anything either. How sad. Some gold out of the chest. Down here, clear out the automatons. And up here for more gorgons. White. Those aren't helpful. The one coming around the corner here, I can drop. But it doesn't drop anything. And white. This one, man, it's really rapid firing at me, but no. No drops. And we'll just finish it off. And we'll call it a run and start again. What was our time when we started this? Like 15 something? And now it's like 17, 18 something? So it's taking 2-3 minutes per run. Let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And we'll start single player mode, normal difficulty. Start the game back up. We drop in, a known labyrinth, end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, Minotaur off to the right, we're going off to the left. Oh, that's a mean guy right there. He's a captain. But he's run down pretty quick. Alright then, get some potions. And this Gorgon drop. The white one, and this Gorgon can drop. But nobody drops anything. It's just a chest that was there. We get some golden potions out of the chest. White. This one can drop. We got a drop there, but it's a arcane formula, so nothing really exciting. And some golden potions out of the chest, and then let's come down here and finish off the automaton, rob the chest, come up here, okay, that Gorgon can drop, and this Gorgon here can drop, and this Gorgon here, and that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. But all I get is a gold drop, and gold's not a very big deal in this game. Eventually you get tens of millions in gold. When the last room gets spawned, forest would be this one, but there's no drops there. Well, oops, don't see any of the poison. I should pot before I die. Finish off the automaton here for a little extra experience. Trying to get my level up to 20 so I can put on a better shield. Now let's go ahead and save the game. This is the end of our run, and then we'll just go back to the menu and start again. Now at the main menu, we'll start in single player mode, and we're in normal difficulty. Start the game. If you venture down here and try to farm Stonebinders cuffs, when you come this way, and if you don't see automatons, you probably see like skeletons or little demons instead, and you have the wrong type of instance of the game started. You have to actually you have to go back to the main menu, you have to like go to the PS menu, PlayStation menu, and stop the game, and then restart it back up, and then jump back in. This room would be full of skeletons. Just going back to the main menu and starting a new game won't do it. Once you get skeletons, you'll always get skeletons. And once you get Gorgons, you'll always get Gorgons. About half done with the mini run here. Those mechanical parts don't exactly know. A little bit of health potion. I wasn't really paying attention. And we got potion and some gold out of the chest. Down here, there's a couple of gold on here that can drop a bunch of stuff. But neither of them do. And finish our run by getting more experience, finishing off the automatons. And we'll rob the chest while we're here, and then save. And exit back to the main menu. And we'll start our run again. So we're starting in single player mode, normal difficulty. Jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain for the end of Act 1. Minotaurs this way, but we're going the other way. We're going where the Gorgons are. So this room is full of these automatons. And we're looking for that one with got a yellow. That has a possibility of so this one could have dropped, this one could have dropped, but they didn't. Like this one with the white name cam, but these two down here came. One with yellow names and one with brown, gold, brown. So a couple whites and a couple colors could drop, but no drops. Just rob the chest here really quick. Verify that nothing dropped. And come down here. Rid this room of any automatons in it. And then come up here and white. That's not going to be helpful. To drop some fun stuff since usually with the mob bosses that have gold golden brown names. One with the stars over their head. I guess they're called in the game. But they could also drop the monster frequency. There's a couple other parts to this Stonebinder set. It's not really a set. There's other pieces that are labeled Stonebinders. And I've seen the crowns drop, Stonebinders crowns, and I have seen the chest piece, the armor plate, the armor drop in Stonebinders. But I think that's all that I've ever seen drop. So let's go ahead and start another one, single player mode, normal difficulty, start the game, jump back in, no labyrinth. This isn't the only place that the Gorgons spawn. Gorgons also spawn in the Athenian catacombs. We'll have Gorgons there, and in the caves after you killed the dream of Medusa, the Parnassian caves area. That area after you killed the and then the doors open. That area can also spawn Gorgons. Little drop Stonebinders cuffs, but I've never gotten Stonebinders cuffs. Those areas, but I have fairly reliably something. So I do like to farm it. Oh well, traffic there, and all that effort and nothing for it. Nothing drops. Finish up by getting a little experience, finishing up the automaton there. Let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit back to the main menu. Let's do a time check here. We're at like 28:45. And let's start a game. Single player mode, difficulty, jump in, and then one labyrinth, end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, going backwards. See if we get there Stonebinders. See how long it is. 28:45. End of the last game. We'll go end to end. See how long it takes. So we got a drop, but it's from the Sentinels stuff. Not Stonebinders, but Sentinels. We take a look here. You can see that this is, the axe is like a normal rare. This is also a rare item, but it's also monster infrequent. Will only be dropped by certain monsters, in this case, Gorgons. So, Sentinel's Wisdom. Also a monster infrequent, like Stonebinders cuffs. White. But Gorgons, not helpful. They will not drop Stonebinders cuffs. Comment here. That one. possibility of and last room on this run, score 5 and don't stand in the fire, but ouch, but it just drops some gold, so not very interesting. And we'll just finish up the run by finishing off some automaton, because they're like, so what was I at, 28:45, and we're at 31:30, 28, 29, 30, 31, so almost 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 45 seconds to do a run. Not too bad for a brand new tune. Let's go ahead and save the game. So of course we're looking for the Stonebinders cuffs because it has the +1 to all abilities. Kind of comes at a cost of, you have to have your dexterity pretty high in order to be able to. So we'll start another run, jump back in, Minoan Labyrinth, Last Rebirth Fountain, Minotaur floor boss off to the right, eventually. But we're going backwards through the left. Hey, we got 109 health potions, 109. John F. Kennedy and the PT 109. It's like my favorite player. So there was a couple. Not that it got any better when I was an adult either. So there was a couple here that could have dropped this one and this one. Neither did. So we'll continue on. Come over here into this room. Pick it all, and then you get a couple wandering monsters. Oh, why aren't you it just stood there, it wasn't jabbing its little spear. So we clear out the automaton, come up here, white, and white. No help there. Neither of those. Gorgon will drop. The monster is pretty much drop. Oh, but the white one can't. But all we get is some gold. Not helpful. So we'll come back up here. Finish off these automatons. Where were we at the end of the last one? 31 something? 31:30? 32:30, now we're 34:30, so like 3 minutes. Between 3 minutes and 4 minutes for each run. So let's go ahead and save. And jump back to the main menu. And while it's doing that, I'm going to take a little drink of some root beer here. It's a mug, old-fashioned root beer. Official sponsor of the channel. Gosh, I wish. Not really, yeah. So we'll start single-player mode. Legendary difficulty. Jump into the Minoan Labyrinth, Last Rebirth Fountain, for the end of Act 1. Oh, this is Captain. Automaton Captain. This one could have dropped. This one could have dropped, but nobody dropped. This one could have a but it looks like they don't drop anything at all. So let's run down to our room over here. And clear out the automaton and head up to the next room, which has Gorgon. Weapons here do not back. They can drop. But all it drops is gold. How unusual. White, not helpful. White, white, and white, and white. Well, that was a letdown. And we'll just come up here and finish off this automaton. Gain a little bit of experience. Almost up to level 19. I think when we started this broadcast, we were about halfway to level 19, and now we're almost at level 19. I want to get to 20. Let's go ahead and save the game. And we can exit back to the main menu. And let's go ahead and start up the game again. Single player mode, normal difficulty. So normal difficulty, Stonebinders cuffs will drop with +1 affix. +1 to all abilities. Skills. In epic mode, they'll drop with +2 affix, and in legendary difficulty, they'll drop with +3 to all. We got something there. And I think I mentioned this. Oh, I can't pick it up. There we go. So hopefully nothing comes charging in. So I got Stonebinder's Crown. So it's a monster infrequent, just like the Wisdom there was earlier. And that's what the olive green color looks like on an item name, as opposed to the green color that the axe is. Axe is the green color. Stonebinder's cuffs and Stonebinder's crown, they are the olive green. Still considered a rare, but only can drop a lot. Oh, we went up to 19. Since we're up at 19, while we're here, why don't we go ahead and I'm going to add to my herbal remedy, which gives me more poison resistance, my wood lore, and my gouge out. So I'll add those 3. That'll give me a little more damage. So let's go ahead and I guess we finished off these automaton. That's what we went out. And oh,
Many apologies. Many apologies. Lost the battery on my controller, so I had to switch controllers really quick. Many apologies. How embarrassing. That's my Popeye impression. So where were we? Wow, this controller is cold. Let's continue on with this run. Where was I? Ah, yes, we're entering the very last room. Luckily, a monster didn't come up and eat my lunch while I didn't have a functioning controller. I don't remember seeing a warning saying that my controller was running low on battery. It might have popped up and I just didn't notice. And there we go. Another run. No cuffs. We did get the Stonebinders crown, but as you see, it doesn't have a +1 to all skills like the cuffs do. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice crown. Looks nice, but doesn't have the affixes that I'm interested in. So let's go ahead and exit. We saved. Let's go ahead and exit back to the main menu and we'll start another run. And we'll start the game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. Last Rebirth Fountain and the Minoan Labyrinth, going backwards through the labyrinth for 5 or 6 rooms. Face, hopefully, a high concentration of Gorgons that might spawn in this area that have a chance of dropping the Stonebinders stuff. There's a couple that can. Right there. That one and that one. But they don't drop anything. And let's go around the corner here into this room. White, 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 and white. No help there. And white, and white. How uneventful. So let's go ahead and just mop up the automaton here in this area. See something coming around the corner at me. White, 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 white. Health potion. There we go. These two could drop. But they aren't going to drop anything. So let's just go up. Finish up the automaton, get a little experience. See how we've added a little bit of experience. So if we keep on going here for another hour and a half, maybe I'll get to 20. I'll go ahead and save the game. And we'll exit back to the main menu. Of course, the main goal here is to find a pair of Stonebinders cuffs. If I accomplish that, I think I'll end the broadcast at that point. But getting experience is always good. Secondary benefit. to the farming run. And drop into the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain before the floor boss at the end of Act 1, which is a Minotaur. And clear off the automaton there. Let's see, white, white, and white. So they aren't going to be helpful. Seeing a pattern arise here. And white, 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 and white. Oh, this one's not looking good either. And let's clear out the automaton. Automatons. Automaton. That one can drop, but it doesn't. White, white, white. And the one in the back there can. But nothing. We get a sash. We'll sell that. That'll probably sell for like, oh, it's epic. But it's high intelligence, and this tune isn't in the intelligence business. It's kind of a strength, dexterity build. Holy cow, that was like rapid fire. When I do a skill, I have a cooldown. I don't get a... One of my skills gives me kind of like a triple strike. Like a 10% chance of a triple strike. But I don't have anything that gives me rapid fire like that. Maybe it just had insane attack speed? I don't know. It seemed more like a skill. So let's go ahead and save the game. That's the end of that little run. And jump back out to the main menu. And wash, rinse, repeat. Let's do it all over again. So, single player mode, normal difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1. I'm going to sneeze. Or not. White, 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 white. I'm gonna toot the horn here before I sneeze, I think. That's better. Oh my God, who stepped on the duck? Let's get that adjusted. Okay. Ooh. Does that have an interesting bow? Didn't drop anything though. Nobody drops anything. So this one had that brown, golden brown name, that could have dropped. And this one had the yellow name, that could have dropped. But they didn't. Oops, I accidentally potted. Oh, let's not stand in the fire. And out of that whole mess, all I got was like a little gold drop. And the last room, white, white, and white. Nothing happened in there. Let's pick up the pot. Well, on up. And he's down. So mop up the last remaining automaton in this little area. And let's go ahead and save the game. And then exit back to the main menu. And we can start a new game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, dropping into the Minoan Labyrinth at the end of Act 1. The floor boss, the Minotaur, off to the right. We're going left. Backwards, through the labyrinth, for a few rooms. Uh-oh. Oh, well, thank goodness. Decided to, let's not stand in the cloud of poison. Thought I put it down. Oh, there was two there. That's why. Let's not stand in the cloud of poison. I actually have a skill that buffs my poison. I should probably... There. So now I have a buff to my poison resistance. White and white and white. I keep forgetting to apply that buff when I start a new game. My fire resistance is kind of naturally high. So like 66%. But my poison resistance is at... which one is it? Is it the... That's bleeding. Is that poison? Pierce. Bleeding. Oh, that's poison. It's at 80% probably because my buff's going. We'll see what it's like before at the start of the next game. Let's check it. See what it is normally. So, white, that one can drop. The one that spits poison. And our fire spitter there could have dropped, but it didn't. So no drops there. No drops from the poison spitter. Oops, I left that on the ground. And mop up the automaton here for some experience. I'm about almost, what, like 20% of the way to level 20. So let's go ahead and save the game. And then bounce back to the main menu. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And let's go ahead and start it back up. Single player mode, normal difficulty, starting the game. Jumping in at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1. Floor boss, the Minotaur, is off this way for a bit. Not immediately there, but that away. And there's a fire spitter Gorgon in the area. There it is. But it doesn't look like it dropped. And white, and another fire spitter Gorgon. And it doesn't look like it dropped anything. So this one dropped like some gold. Big deal. Let's rob the chest. Coming over here. Ah, the one with the brown, gold name. That can drop Stonebinders cuffs. We got something there. It wasn't Stonebinders cuffs, but it is a rare drop. Gorgon Sash. Hearty gold Gorgon Sash. It's a rare, but not Stonebinders. Oh, Hardy Gorgon Cuffs. Oh, Gorgon Cuffs, but not Stonebinders Cuffs. Now the Stonebinders Cuffs will look just like that. Only the affix will have plus 1 to all skills. Oh, so close. Gorgon Cuffs, not Stonebinders Cuffs. Very, very close. I'm not sure if that's a monster infrequent or if it's, it must be dropping from a Gorgon. I think it is. Don't quote me on that. And no drops down here. So let's finish off. Wow, our RNG roll for Stonebinders Cuffs was so close there. Let's go ahead and save the game. Gorgon Cuffs. Missed it by that much. And we'll jump back to the main menu. And restart the game in single player mode, normal difficulty. And we were going to check and see. So my poison is at 38% before I apply my buff, and then after my buff is applied, I think something's going to come attack me. Okay, I think I'm clear. Anything coming to attack me? This one could have dropped Stonebinders Cuffs, but didn't. So let's see. 80%. So I went from, can't remember what it was, like, was it like 32, 22, 32% to 80%, which is maxed out. So I should run it. I should run that buff just for safety's sake. Ah, here we go. Chance right here for a drop, but it doesn't look like it drops anything. Go around the corner. This room over here. This one could drop, as could this one up here. The poison spitter. But it just drops some gold and a potion. This one doesn't drop anything. So let's go over here to the automatons. Mop those up. Looks like I'm like 25% of the way there to level 20. Let's see, we got a drop there, but it just looks like a health potion. And this one could drop, but it doesn't. And the one, see a little star over its head? That's a captain. Mob box captain. And nobody dropped. We'll finish up by mopping up the automatons for a little experience. And let's go ahead and save the game. Jump back to the main menu. And start all over again. Select single player mode, normal difficulty. Minoan Labyrinth. Running backwards through the labyrinth here to a very small area that has a high concentration of Gorgons that can drop the Stonebinders cups. And what did we get there? We got a little artifact or a charm, but not what we were looking for. And the one that's spitting poison and the one that's spitting fire there, they could have dropped, but they don't. Just drop some gold. And mop up the little automatons here in the middle. And then come up here. A couple more Gorgons that have a chance of dropping the cups. But nothing. And as we come down, fire spitter there, going crazy with the rapid fire. And we'll finish off by mopping up the automatons in this last little room. And let's save. And then jump back to the main menu. And start another game. Single player mode, legendary difficulty, normal difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1. Minotaur off to the right here for a ways. We're going backwards. To an area that has a high concentration of Gorgons that have a chance of dropping Stonebinders cups. Here's a couple that could drop the fire spitters, but they just drop a little gold. Not very interesting. And white, and white. White Gorgons do not drop Stonebinders cuffs. Not helpful. And this one could. And the one next to it, I don't think. And don't stand in the poison, even though we have high resistance to it. Still not a good idea. This is you can see a little star over its head there. That's a mob boss captain. It can drop Stonebinders cuffs, but doesn't. And the yellow one, the rapid fire, it can. This fire spitter down here, it can. But he just dropped a potion. Not very interesting. Not very exciting. Seeing to see the automaton there with the little star over his head. He's a mob boss captain. He went down pretty easy. And we're almost 50% of the way to level 20. Either we're going to get level 20 or we're going to get Stonebinders cuffs. Oops. Didn't mean to double save. And exit back to the main menu. And we can restart the game, single player mode, legendary difficulty. Last rebirth fountain. End of Act 1. Minotaur, Telkian are off this way. Portal to Act 2, off that way. We're going this way. I guess it's not a portal to Act 2. I think it's a boat. You take a boat, don't you? I think you take a boat. So I got an epic item. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Fell blade. Pretty nice blade. This is a nice blade for a starting character around level 10. Starts at level 10. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice blade. We're doing 195 with the spear. With the blade, I'm only doing like 129. This is really built for a spear build, but that's pretty nice damage for, you know, like a level 10 to 20 character. That'll get you through maybe like to Act 3. It's a nice weapon. It's a keeper. So this one can drop Stonebinders cuffs. This one can drop Stonebinders cuffs, the one with the yellow name. But neither the poison spitter or the fire spitter dropped. So we'll go to the next room. White and white, but these ones here in the middle, they could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but they did not. Clear out the automaton here. So we had a couple there that could drop the poison spitter, and this one could have dropped, but they did not. This one can drop the fire spitter, but it doesn't look like it dropped anything. And white, oh, this one can drop the poison spitter. Let's not stand in the poison, even though we have a high resistance to poison. Let's not tempt fate. No drops there. We'll just run up here, finish off the remaining automaton, and we'll start all over again. No Stonebinders cuffs this run. Let's go ahead and save. And exit to the main menu. And start again. Single player mode, normal difficulty, dumping in, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. Mob boss is off this way, the Minotaur. We aren't going that way, we're going backwards through the labyrinth for about 4 or 5 little rooms here, 6 rooms that have a high concentration of Gorgons that can drop Stonebinders cups. Namely the ones with yellow names and with golden brown names. Like that one right there with the yellow name, that could drop. And that one right there with the yellow name, that could drop. Ones that spit fire, that spit poison, they can drop. Ouch. That one could have dropped, but no drops. Ah, this one could drop. Oh, I one-shot that guy. White, 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 white. No help there. Gorgons with white names do not drop Stonebinders cups. Unfortunately. Only the ones with yellow names or the golden brown names. Last chance, last room, last chance. That one there could drop. 3 up there, the white ones can't. This one can. But none of them drop anything. That one could have. This one could have, but no drops. So we'll just go ahead and mop up the automaton in this room here for a little extra EXP. We're almost halfway to 20. Very, very close. And let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And wash, rinse, repeat. Start the game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. Jumping in, Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, end of Act 1, backwards through the labyrinth. We'll mop up these automaton here, right at first, and then go hunting for Gorgons. This one could drop. The 2 there with the yellow names, they could drop. White one can't there, but this one can. But doesn't, and neither did this one. Rob the chest, get a potion. Ah, this one can drop, but it doesn't. We'll just end that automaton before it follows me halfway across the world. And there's a couple here that could drop. White can't drop. Anything here? No, just a potion. And we open the chest, and there's nothing. Just some gold and a potion. So let's mop up the remaining automaton in this little area, room, and then rob the chest. White, white. Oh, the one up here, it can drop. And this one here has the possibility of dropping Stonebinders cups, but neither did. And the rapid fire one there could have, the fire spitter could have dropped, but it doesn't drop anything. And we'll just go up and finish off by mopping up the automaton in this room. for a little extra EXP. Now we're definitely at 50% of the way plus towards level 20. So let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu. And start the game, single player mode, normal difficulty. Jumping in, Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain, before the floor boss at the end of Act 1. We're going backwards through the labyrinth to an area that we feel is easily reachable with a high concentration of Gorgons that have the possibility to drop the Stonebinders cuffs. And so far, white Gorgons do not drop Stonebinders cuffs. White. Oh, that's a bad omen. Not helpful. White Gorgons, not helpful. So let's finish off these couple automaton here. White. Up, that one can drop, and the one right next to it can. And the one to the left can. Little charm there. So this one didn't drop, and this one didn't drop. Last chance. Resting with that Gorgon with the yellow name. Crown. Very, very close. Stonebinders crown. So we got a monster infrequent drop out of a Gorgon. But like the first Stonebinders crown that we got, this one here, we just got another one right there. Stonebinders crown. Health, intelligence, and pierce resist, poison resist. Dexterity, intelligence. Yeah, so I mean, it's a nice looking crown. Strength and dexterity requirements to be able to wear it. So it's nice, but it doesn't have the plus affixes that the Stonebinders cuffs have. Unfortunately, I got the Gorgon cuffs earlier. Just missed that one. And the two Stonebinders crowns are kind of close calls also, I think. Wrong table. Monster infrequent, just out of the wrong table. Out of the crown table, and not the cuffs table. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead and save the game. So we are getting drops, just not the one particular drop we want. We can exit back to the main menu. Our experience, well over 50% of the way to level 20. At level 20, I can equip another shield. I have kind of a low-level shield on. So let's start. new game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1, last rebirth fountain, jumping right in. That was a white Gorgon. Drop some gold. Got a Captain Mob boss here. It's getting kind of hard to put down. There he goes. Everybody else falls pretty easy. And white, and white, and white, and white. That's how it started last time. That didn't end well, did it? And white. Oh, here we go. Here's a couple that can drop the Stonebinders cuffs, but they don't. Let's not stand in the poison. Very unhealthy. No drops. And wipe up the automaton in this little room between these two rooms with Gorgons. So that one there, the yellow one, yellow named one that spits the poison, that can drop. This one that spits fire, it could drop. But don't stand in the poison. This one can drop also. Drop the Stonebinders cuffs. And it just drops some gold. And there's the one with the gold name. So I believe it just dropped like a rare. That bow. But not the monster infrequent rare that we were looking for. We got a rare drop out of it, just not the class of item we were looking for. And finish up the automaton for a little extra EXP. Go ahead and save the game. Exit back to the main menu. And do it all over again. Start the game, single player mode, normal difficulty, dumping in, Minoan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. Off to the right, we would go if we were going to the floor boss, the Minotaur, but we aren't. We're going this way backwards. Had another tough captain there. White. And these two can drop. That one there can drop. This captain, mob boss captain, it could drop the Stonebinders cuffs. Monster infrequent, but neither of them drop. So we'll just go around the corner to the next room. And there's a couple in here that have a chance. We have a chance of getting the drop from. Oh, and we have a wandering monster there that comes in. But no drops. We'll rob the chest of some gold. And go down and clear out this little area with the automatons that are in it. Rob the chest. And go up. Whoever's spitting that fire can drop. Was it that one? Kind of hard to believe that had a shot. Maybe it did. Okay. White, 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 and white. No help there. We'll just go ahead and mop up the automaton in this last little room up here. And rob the chest and save the game. And we'll exit back to the main menu. As we're exiting back, I'll take another drink of my high energy mug old fashioned root beer. Official root beer of our channel. No, it's not. Not a sponsor. No sponsors here. So let's go ahead and start the game. Legendary difficulty. Jumping into the Minoan Labyrinth. Last rebirth fountain. Before the floor boss, the Minotaur. It's off over this way. This Gorgon here, white name, won't drop. I mean, it'll drop something. I'm probably filtering it out, but it won't drop the Stonebinders cup. Only Gorgons with yellow names or golden brown names will drop Stonebinders cups. And nothing in the chest. White, 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 and they're all white. Who's shooting the fire? Ah, this one is. You are. Right. And we'll rob the chest. Fire spitter there, didn't drop. We'll mop up these few automaton here for the next room, and I can see one in here already that could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but it just drops a potion. And we'll go down to the last room, and there's a captain, golden brown name, that has a chance of dropping. Get out of the poison there, and then get out of the fire there. Nobody dropped. No drops from either of those Gorgons, or either of those Gorgons. And let's go ahead and save the game. And jump back to the main menu. And we'll do it all again. Wash, rinse, repeat. Start up a new game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. Minoan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1, floor boss, off to the right here, for ways, not immediately there, but that away. And someone's spitting fire at us, and that person that's spitting fire at us, they could drop Stonebinders cups. I see him there, over on the right. There we go. And this one, the poison spitter, that could drop. But nobody's dropping. I'll take the potion there. And next room, couple here that we have a chance of getting a drop from. But nothing to drop. Nothing drops. Around the corner, mop up the automaton in this room. White Gorgon, not helpful. White, 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 white. Not sounding good. Last chance. Oh, here we go. A couple here that the ones with the yellow names, they can drop. But it doesn't look like either of them are going to. Getting shut out here. Very close to 3/4 of the way to level 20. And open up the chest. Rob the chest. Save the game. Exit back to the main menu. And restart the game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. Last rebirth fountain in the Minoan Labyrinth at the end of Act 1. Floor boss is this way off to the right, but we aren't going that way. We're going left. Going left. Where there's a high concentration within just a few rooms of Gorgons that have a chance of dropping Stonebinders cuffs. So these two can. Not the white one, but this one can. And this one drops some gold. Not very interesting. Don't stand in the poison. And we go around the corner. And let's see, at the lower part of the screen we have three white ones that will not drop, but the ones in the middle here, they could have dropped, but they didn't. And we're about halfway through the run here. Mop up the automatons. These two here can drop, as can the one that just walked in, but just drops a potion. Not exactly what we were hoping for. And last room, last chance. One in here that has a chance of dropping. And we got a Gorgon crown. So we've got a couple Stonebinders crowns and Gorgon cuffs, and it looks like we have a Gorgon's crown to go with our Gorgon cuffs. Gorgon crown. Gorgon cuffs. Gorgon crown. Neither item has the +1 to all skills affix. I have a amulet that has +1 to all skills in the hunting mastery. But the Gorgon cuffs are +1 to all skills, which would also be apply to hunting mastery, so that'll help me. But then if I choose another mastery to go along with hunting mastery, I'll also get +1 to all skills in that mastery also. Yeah, okay. So we're getting Gorgon cuffs and crowns, and we're getting Stonebinders crowns, but no Stonebinders cuffs yet. Still got a chance. We're only an hour 35 into the broadcast, and we're 75% of the way toward level 20. So let's go ahead and save the game. And exit back to the main menu, where we will once again start a new game. Single player mode. Actually, let's check multiplayer just for a second and see if anybody's online. Nope. So I think we checked around 3 o'clock, 3:15. Nobody was online, and it's almost 5 o'clock, so And I've been broadcasting for like an hour 36. So like in an hour and a half, no games have magically appeared. That's okay. We'll start a new game. Not in multiplayer, but single player mode. I'm just popping in and out so much, I don't want to tax the server. The online multiplayer server is my constant popping in and popping out of the game I've created. There we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, we got a couple Gorgons in here that have a possibility of dropping. Last one standing here, the one that's spitting poison, that could have dropped. And the one over here that I think it was a fire spitter, that could have dropped, but not. Oh, this one can. And so can this one. But neither of them do. Wow, everyone's coming to get me. White Gorgon, no. And that fire Gorgon can, and so can this one up here. But nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Zero. No drops. Throw out a couple automaton in the area. A white one. It's going to be no help. Ah. These can, though. But they just drop a silly potion. That's no help. And white, and white finishing up this room. That's not going to be helpful. So let's just go back up and catch some experience as these few remaining automatons in the area drop. And I am well over 75% of the way to level 20. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we can exit to the main menu. Are you Showa? Yes, I'm Showa. And now that we're back at the main menu, let's go ahead and start another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty. Let's enter the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain at the end of Act 1. Going backwards through the labyrinth to an area that has a high concentration of Gorgons that can drop. Let's not stand in the fire. There we go. Gorgons that can drop Stonebinders stuff. So this one can. And so could have this one up here, but neither of those dropped. And neither of those dropped Stonebinders cuffs. And let's go into this room. We have a couple, the white ones here. Oh, let's go. These are a little spear. Very good. The white ones here. There could not, and the ones that could drop just dropped a potion. Not really what we were interested in. So that one can drop Stonebinders cuff, the fire spitter there. But it doesn't look like it dropped anything. So we'll go up to, oh, and this one right here can, they're the one with the yellow name. But it doesn't drop anything. The white ones can't drop Stonebinders cuffs. Last chance. This one here and this one here both have a chance of dropping, but it just drops a potion. Not very exciting. So we'll finish up, mop up the automaton in the last little room here. and save the game. And jump back to the main menu. So let's go ahead and start another game. Single player mode, normal difficulty. Jumping in Minoan Labyrinth, Last Rebirth Fountain, end of Act 1. Working our way back through the labyrinth. Mop up these automatons here before we start engaging any Gorgons. And there we go. There's one right there that can drop. The next three white ones can't, but that other one, the next one also has a yellow name, but it just drops a potion, and the one up here drops some gold. Not very exciting. White, so the ones with the yellow names, the ones that spitting the fire there, and the poison, they can both drop Stonebinders cuffs, but don't. Okay, about halfway through the run now. Let's go ahead and mop up the automaton in the area. White, 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 and white. Not dropping. Ah, the one that's spitting fire though. Spitting fire, shooting fire out of its bow, I guess. It's that one could have dropped Stonebinders cuffs, but did not. And the last room with a chance here, and it has a chance, but it looks like it doesn't drop anything. Rob the chest, run up. Break the automatons up. Oh, I got a mechanical parts charm. Putting 5 of those together gives you a nice little charm that you can socket into body armor. Let's go ahead and save the game. And we can exit back to the main menu. And let's start another game. Single player mode. Normal difficulty. Minoan Labyrinth. End of Act 1. Mob boss. Off this way. We're going back. Back through the labyrinth to an area that has a high concentration of Gorgons that have the possibility of dropping Stonebinders cuffs. Gorgons primarily with the yellow names, and like that one with the yellow name, that can drop, and that one can drop. The poison spitters, the fire spitters, they can drop the Stonebinders cuffs. Also, the mob boss captains, the Gorgons that have the brown, golden brown, gold names, they can drop. A couple in here have the possibility, the fire spitters there. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But none of them do. Nobody drops Stonebinders cuffs today. White, 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 and white, and white. Not helpful. Last chance. White, 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 and white, and white. Completely unhelpful. So we'll finish off by mopping up the automaton. And, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and save the game. And let us exit back to the main menu. And restart the game. Single player mode, normal difficulty, last rebirth fountain, Manilan Labyrinth, end of Act 1. And we're working our way back through the labyrinth, hunting Gorgons that can drop Stonebinders cuffs. For about like half a dozen rooms here that we wander through. White, 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 and white. That is not helpful. And, oh, there's one that could drop, and there's another that could drop. And neither of those dropped. And neither of those dropped. And to the next room, there's one that can, a Gorgon that can, the poison spitter, that could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but it didn't. One in the middle there, the yellow name, another poison spitter, that could have dropped Stonebinders cuffs, but it didn't. One last room. And we have a mob captain. Mob boss. Mob boss captain. And a fire spitter. And it looks like the mob boss captain dropped some gold, and the fire spitter didn't drop anything. More important, neither of them dropped Stonebinders cuffs. And we're just about ready to hit level 20. And we get another mechanical parts chunk. Yay. There we go. So let's go ahead and save the game. We're a nose hair away from level 20. Go back to the main menu. We're an eyelash away from being level 20. So let's restart the game, single player mode. Normal difficulty, Manilan Labyrinth, last rebirth fountain before the end of Act 1. I think this is going to be our last run. Luckily, my fire resist is pretty high. And there we go. Would you ring the bell, please? We've reached level 20. White, white, and white. Ah, there's one. That one could also drop. And it... Ah, I think I was talking about that earlier. Oh, ouch. We got another Stonebinders item. We got the Stonebinders sash. So I think we got everything except for cuffs. Typical. So we have the Stonebinders crown. And let me take this and move it here. And then take the Stonebinders sash and move it over here. So here we have the, let me take this and move it over here, and then let me take one of the crowns and move it back. So there's the sash, Stonebinders sash. There's the crown, Stonebinders crown. Unfortunately, no Stonebinders cuffs. We did get Gorgon cuffs, but not Stonebinders cuffs. We got Gorgon crown and Gorgon cuffs, and we got Stonebinders sash and Stonebinders crown. These are monster infrequents. They have that olive green color, as opposed to the axe here, which is a regular rare green. Okay, let's keep going. You know, I went up a level. Let me level up my skills here. And I want to do the herbal remedy, and I want to do the wood lore, and I want to do the gouge. There we go. That's going to help with my damage and defensive buffs. Oh, hello there, Mr. Bat. Where'd you come from? Whoa, hello there, Mr. Bat. Where did you come from? Been playing this for almost 2 hours. In this broadcast for almost 2 hours. First 2 bats I've seen. I think I was standing next to this wall over here. Like this wall here. And I think the bats were like on the other side of the wall, and they got all excited. Came over to say hi. White, and that's a mob boss captain. That could have dropped the Stonebinders cuffs, but no. 2 right up front here can do it. But there's no drop. All right then, let's save the game. And exit back to the main menu. Kind of want to do one more run now that I've leveled up to 20, see if it's any easier if I'm putting down monsters more frequently. So we're starting a new game. It's single player mode, normal difficulty, entering into the Minoan Labyrinth at the end of Act 1. The floor boss, the Minotaur, is off here to the right, but we aren't going that way. We're going backwards through the labyrinth, back through the labyrinth, hunting for Gorgons that can drop the Stonebinders. These automatons, we don't want them getting in the way, so we'll just get rid of them. And the Gorgons with the white name cannot drop the cuffs, but the ones with the yellow names certainly can. But let's not stand in the poison. All it did was drop some gold, and let's rob the chest, and then go around the corner into the next room. It has Gorgons, but white, and white. No Gorgons with yellow names. Not helpful. White, another Gorgon with a white name. Not helpful. So now we're almost halfway done with the run here. We'll finish off the automaton and proceed on to the next room. And there's a white. The white ones don't, but the ones with the yellow names, the ones that spit the poison, or the ones that also shoot the fire, they can drop, but neither of these dropped anything, I don't think. And one last room. Ouch. We got a poison spitter and a fire spitter, but neither of them dropped. And we'll just finish up the automaton here. That went pretty quick. What? It was taking us like 3 to 4 minutes before to do a run. So let's see. We're at 52 or 57, like around 57:30. So let's save the game and see how quick the run goes. Now that I've upped my skill level a little bit, going up to 20. I'm thinking it's still going to be around 3.5 minutes. Start another game, single player mode, normal difficulty, Minoan Labyrinth, Last Rebirth Fountain, end of Act 1, working our way back through the labyrinth. Let's mop up the automatons here, open the chest, rob the chest. White Gorgon, it's not going to drop. White Gorgon, not going to drop. White, white, white. Nobody's going to drop. Stonebinders cuffs that are white. And we come over here, and there's one that could drop Stonebinders cuffs. The fire spitter there. And the one with the gold name, the star over its head, it could drop Stonebinders cuffs, but they don't drop anything. Nothing. Zip. Zilch. Nada. Big zero. Goose egg. That one can drop, the one with the yellow name and the one in the back there. 3 ones up front there, they're white, but that fire spitter, that could have dropped. But nobody's going to drop anything. How sad. And we go down to the last room here. Let's not stand in the pools of poison, please. Thank you. Very unhealthy. What did I do that run? I think I was like at 57:30 when I was ending the last one, and we're at like 59:45, so 2 minutes, 15 seconds. It's going a little quicker. Runs are a little quicker. Let's go ahead and save. We'll do one more run. Game saved. Exit back to the main menu. And we'll start a new game, single player mode, normal difficulty. Looking for Gorgon cuffs with that'll come with a +1 to all skills affix. Let's wipe up these automatons so they don't get in the way and follow me all around the rest of the run. Get rid of them right off the bat. And open the chest, rob its contents. And the Gorgon there with fire. And that one also could drop Gorgon cuffs, but nothing doing. Drop gold, but gold is rather inconsequential in this game. Okay, there's a couple of Gorgons here with yellow names they could drop, but they don't. Open the chest, rob it of its gold and potions. And we're halfway through the run. Finish off the automatons. White, white, white. They aren't going to drop, but the one with the yellow name there, it can drop. And that one can drop, and that one could drop. But it doesn't look like any of them drop. So we'll rob the chest. No drops there. No drops there. One last room. That one that spit the poison, that could have dropped. Has the chance of dropping Stonebinder's cuffs, but doesn't. So, at the end of the run here, we've been broadcasting for over 2 hours. I've taken my level from level 17.5 to over 20, almost at like 20 and a quarter. So I think I've done enough farming for Stonebinder's cuffs for one sitting. We got pretty close in the RNG roll because we saw Stonebinder's crowns drop. We saw Stonebinder's sash dropped, but no Stonebinder's cuffs. And we saw Gorgon crowns drop, and we saw Gorgon cuffs drop. Gorgon cuffs was probably really close. It was like the right table and just not high enough of a percentage roll there. Just missed the RNG to get our Stonebinder's cuffs. Instead, we ended up with Gorgon cuffs that don't have a +1 affix. So I've been saying all broadcast that, oh, we're entering the Minoan Labyrinth at the last rebirth fountain before the floor boss, the Minotaur. And I said he was out this way, and he's let's go take a look and find out. Oh, Batfang. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Batfang. So if we keep on going this way, I was saying that the floor boss was off to the right, and oh, more Batfang. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Batfang. Three Batfang charms there right in a row. Batfang. I've never seen so many Batfangs drop all at once. We didn't get any Stonebinder's cuffs. We got a ton of Batfang. Batfang. So if I keep on going north in this room, I'm going to end up at the floor boss, the Minotaur. And let's see if we can take him down. Let's do that. We didn't get... I haven't done that yet. I haven't... this is my first run through with this avatar, with this tune. If you're going to toot your little horn, I don't know what I'm going to do. I drank a potion because I thought that I was going to get a lot of damage. So we're going to do some monster clearing here. As we work our way north through this part of the Minoan Labyrinth. We were at the last rebirth fountain, and instead of going left back through the labyrinth to where the Gorgons were that had the Stonebinder's cuffs. Since we looked for 2 hours and we didn't get any Stonebinder's cuffs, no, we got Stonebinder's sash, we got Stonebinder's crown, not Stonebinder's cuffs. We got a Gorgon cuffs. I think that was the closest we got. It was the right table, and we just missed the roll. Very close here, very close to the floor boss. So I was always saying the whole time that the floor boss was like that away, but it wasn't like, as you can tell, it wasn't like right there. It's like I had to go through one room to the east and then enter the next room. One large room to the east, go east, and then one large room to the north. Man, I'm like 25% of the way to level 21. Just grinding through here. We're there. This is the very end of Act 1. The floor boss, the Minotaur, right behind these doors. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to fare against the Minotaur. I could die in seconds. I don't know. We'll find out. So, I don't know if it... Yeah, you can't really see in there. I think because there's like a great big huge thick wall there. But off to the left, the room is square, and in each of the four corners there's a mechanical trap there that shoots, I don't know, like fire or cold or projectiles, piercing projectiles. So we're going to go to the left, try to get the trap, the mechanical trap, disabled, and then lure the Minotaur down into that corner and fight him there, so we don't have to worry about getting hit and taking damage from the other traps and only taking damage from the Minotaur. That's the plan. Let's see if that works. Gotta have a plan, right? So we're gonna go for that, right where this right here, and it's down, and then let's come down here. Hopefully we can escape. So I'm like drinking potions as fast as I can. And it looks like I'm keeping up with him. I got him like half down. He's like more than half down. And I'm able to keep my... I'm constantly drinking potions here. I'm just jamming on the... And he's down. So before I forget, let's disable... So that's the floor boss. That's the floor boss that I was talking about. Oh! Broadcast. Long. That floor boss that's just off to the right. That wasn't really just off to the right, right? It was... east through one large room, and then north through another large room. There's the majestic chest. So that was the floor boss. Mr. Floor Boss right there. There he is. Oh look! It's a Minotaur rug. What's up there in the... Looks like some sort of item that doesn't show up because I have it filtered out. Kind of looks like cuffs. Maybe it's some sort of Minotaur cuff floating there in the air. Never hit the ground. What a nice rug. Minotaur rug. Minotaur floor boss rug. Let's take a picture. Sorry, did that disrupt the broadcast? Anyway, sorry, did that disrupt the broadcast? Anyway, just took a picture of Minotaur rug. It says my microphone's back on. Sorry, did that disrupt the broadcast? We're back. I just wanted to take a picture of Minotaur rug. Oh look, there's like another floating item there. Oh no, that's just a shadow of the... It's either leggings or armbands. Don't know what that is. There's probably nothing much exciting going on in either of the remaining chests. We were able to get some gold and some charms out of the majestic chest. The big thing after the big gift. So the Telkian is in this room. I consider this guy the floor boss. He's part of the labyrinth, right? And then the Telkian is at the end of every act. There's a Telkian. So we're trying to kill the Telkian in Act 1. You run close to him, and he puts up a shield, and then he sends energy into these 4 statues, and you have to kill these 4 statues. So I usually just kind of wait along the edge here. I don't know if the Telkian can attack me from a distance while I'm putting these guys down, but I kind of like to stay away. Ouch. Ouch. And I'll go to the other side and get these 2. Ouch. You just hit me with the end of your pole? He is like, what's that called in hockey? When you stab somebody with the, oh, you were there. I have no idea how I'm going to do in this fight. I'm just going to try the same thing. Keep on fighting. See if is it going down? I think the little life stealers on the left, I think they steal life from me and they give it back to the Telkian. So I have to be able to, I think that's what's going on. So I have to be able to drain more life from his attacks than he can regenerate. I seem to be holding my own, getting him down, and there he goes. He's down. And we have a mystic orb. And it looks like we got a couple epic items. That looks like a shield. I could use a shield. And this is a bracers. Level 9 bracers, kind of low. How about the shield? Oh, it's a level 7 shield. That's kind of low. That's probably... oh, I guess I should pick them up, huh? There we go. And let's save, just in case something horrible happens. Okay, we saved. So now we're at the end of Act 1. I think we get like another inventory bag. 1, 2. I have 2 inventory bags. I think I get one more. Do I get one more here? After I talk to this guy, do I get like a reward of another inventory bag? Yes, reward inventory bag. Right, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. So now you can see I have 3 inventory bags. 1, 2, 3. Before I had just these 2. 1, 2. First 2 there. And then the one that's completely empty is brand new. Yay. That's nice. Oh, so here's my... that shield dropped from the Telkian. And... the Thebian bracers dropped from the Telkian. Yeah. Okay. So
find the boat at the docks beyond.
Find the boat at the dock. Right. It's not a portal. It's a boat. We need a bigger boat. Okay, grab the fountain there and save just in case something horrible happens. At least I don't have to redo all that. And there's going to be some... Oh, there's not. Never mind. What am I thinking of? I think I'm thinking of the end of Act 2. Anyway, we talked to the gentleman who owns the boat. He takes us to Raktos, some Egyptian city. And there we are. Thank you. And this guy gives us all of our main quests.
Greetings, traveler. Let us pray the scroll of invocation can bring our cries of despair to the gods.
Yeah, I have
It
to go get
must.
the scroll of invocation. Yeah, okay, fine. So before I forget, so we're in Egypt and we have now started Act 2. So as I step on the portal, you can see my Act 1. Those are all the portals that were in Act 1. And then in Act 2 Egypt, I've only discovered the first portal. Raktos? And I think that's all we'll do for right now. So I'd like to say thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.